It started with something so small, so harmless, that no one questioned it. A single line on a form. A quiet promise. A lie so ordinary, it blended perfectly into everyday life. No threats. No violence. No masks or guns. And yet, that lie would slowly drain millions of dollars, ruin thousands of lives, and expose one of the most devastating truths in American history. You don't need force to steal everything. Sometimes, all you need is trust. This is the true story of how one small lie grew into a financial disaster no one saw coming. In the early 1990s, America was booming, the stock market was climbing, retirement accounts were growing, and people were desperate for stability, something safe in an unpredictable world. That's when Thomas Reynolds appeared. He wasn't flashy. He didn't live like a billionaire. He didn't promise impossible returns. In fact, his offer sounded almost boring. "I don't chase the market," he told clients. "I protect your money." And that's exactly why people believed him. Reynolds positioned himself as a conservative financial advisor. No risky trades, no aggressive strategies, just steady growth and long-term security features. Small business owners, retired couples, they trusted him with their life savings, and every month, like clockwork, they received statements showing modest gains. Nothing dramatic, nothing suspicious, just enough to feel safe. But hidden behind those clean statements was the lie. Reynolds wasn't investing their money at all, not in stocks, not in bonds, not anywhere. Instead, he was doing something far simpler and far more dangerous. He was using new investors' money to pay old investors, a classic Ponzi scheme, but executed so quietly, so patiently, that it survived for years without detection. The genius of the lie wasn't complexity, it was restraint. Reynolds refused new clients unless they came through personal referrals. He discouraged withdrawals. He warned clients not to talk too much about their accounts. "This isn't for everyone," he'd say. "Too much attention ruins good systems." And people listened. Because fear of missing out is powerful. By the early 2000s, the lie had grown. Millions of dollars were flowing through Reynolds' accounts. And still no alarms. Why? Because he understood something critical. People don't question good news. They question losses. And as long as the numbers looked calm and consistent, no one asked deeper questions. The cracks didn't appear because of greed. They appeared because of timing. In 2008, the financial crisis hit. Markets collapsed. Jobs disappeared. And suddenly, people needed their money back. Withdrawals surged. And Reynolds couldn't cover them anymore. Lie had finally grown too large. At first, he tried to stall. He blamed banks, then paperwork, then temporary liquidity issues. But behind the scenes, the accounts were empty. The money had been spent on lifestyle, on covering past payments, on maintaining the illusion. There was nothing left. One investor finally contacted authorities. Then another, then dozens. When federal investigators stepped in, the truth unraveled fast. No real investments, no legitimate trades, just spreadsheets, fake statements, and years of deception. The total damage, over $120 million stolen, not from corporations, from ordinary people. Some victims lost retirement savings they spent decades building. Others lost homes, marriages collapsed, health declined. One victim told investigators, "It wasn't the money that hurt the most. It was realizing someone I trusted never existed." Reynolds was arrested without resistance. No chase, no denial. When questioned, he admitted everything. His explanation was chillingly simple. "It started small," he said. "I just needed time to fix one mistake, then another, and another." The lie didn't explode. It grew quietly until it consumed everything. In court, prosecutors didn't call him a mastermind. They called him something worse: patient. Reynolds was sentenced to decades in federal prison, but for many victims, justice felt incomplete. Because money can't restore time, or peace of mind, or trust. This story isn't about intelligence. It's about belief. The belief that stability means safety, that modest returns mean honesty, That someone calm must be trustworthy. And how one small lie left unchallenged can destroy thousands of lives, because the most dangerous scams don't scream, they whisper. And by the time you hear the truth, it's already too late. This was a real American story. And it wasn't stolen with force. It was stolen with a promise. Like, share, subscribe if you want more real stories like this.